Today on People Now, Sarah Palin responds to John McCain's regrets over picking her as a running mate.
Kim Kardashian on Kelly and Ryan with new revelations about her experience with surrogacy.
A galaxy far, far away descends on Hollywood Boulevard for the world premiere of Solo, a Star Wars story.
We used to watch like ripped versions of Star Wars, like my dad had like a VHS of Star Wars.
And Tiffani Thiessens gives her tricks for getting those picky kids to eat their veggies.
Plus, Rihanna has some advice for Harry and Meghan for their royal wedding night.
And it's all today on People Now.
Here we go. Happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, we made it. Welcome to People Now. If you've been dreaming of a deep dish pizza or maybe longing for some layer cake, perhaps, today's your day. It is Eat What You Want Day. And at this point, I'm convinced we're just making this stuff up. But whatever.
Whatever. It's the best day ever. And in honor of the perfect Friday holiday.
In quotes,
holiday. We want to know if calories didn't count, what would you indulge in today? I have my answer, but I want to know yours. Tweet us at People with the hashtag PeopleNow.
All right, we'll check in with your answers a little later. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. John McCain may have admitted that he regrets picking Sarah Palin as his running mate in the 2008 presidential election. But the former governor of Alaska is now revealing that's not what Senator McCain has told her over the last 10 years. Palin opening up to the Daily Mail on Thursday that she feels what she calls a perpetual gut punch every time she hears reports about McCain's regrets, and that having to read the news every day is, quote, not a real fun thing. On Saturday, the New York Times published a report about McCain's upcoming HBO documentary and book. In them, the 81-year-old reportedly gives Palin praise for her work on the campaign, but says not choosing his friend and former Senator Joseph Lieberman as his running mate in 2008 was, quote, another mistake that he's made in his political career. It's the first time McCain has publicly expressed any second thoughts about picking Palin. Now, meanwhile, Palin goes on to say, quote, I attribute a lot of what we're hearing and reading regarding McCain's statements to his ghostwriter or ghostwriters. She adds, I don't know unless I hear it from Senator McCain myself. Now on to this. Kim Kardashian West is getting candid about motherhood and revealing the benefits of not having to breastfeed her youngest daughter, Chicago. The beauty mogul appeared in a pre-taped interview on Live with Kelly and Ryan on Friday, where she spoke openly about using a surrogate for her third child, saying it was the best decision that she's ever made, especially when it comes to breastfeeding. West telling the host, quote, it's a game changer having to not go through that every few hours. I can spend so much more time with the older kids and getting them used to the baby. Now, the reality star also spoke out about husband Kanye West on the morning show, revealing that she did not realize he was suffering from anxiety after her 2016 Paris robbery. She said in part, he always was really strong and my rock, but the Kardashian says he's doing really good right now and is currently in Wyoming recording an album. Now, of course, she was also asked how her sister Khloe is doing after giving birth to daughter True amid boyfriend Tristan Thompson's cheating scandal. Kim coyly said that last time she talked about their relationship, she was blocked on social media referring to Tristan. So instead, she told Kelly and Ryan that she's always rooting for Khloe and always rooting for love and families. Well, guys, in a galaxy far, far away, Solo, a Star Wars story came to life, and the cast and a few A-list fans gathered on Hollywood Boulevard on Thursday night for the mega premiere. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have been there. Donald Glover, who recently made waves for his new single, This Is America, plays a young Lando Calrissian and says accepting the role was especially easy since his first ever toy was actually a Lando action figure.
Well, he was the first toy I ever had. My dad got him for me. We used to watch like ripped versions of Star Wars, like my dad had like a VHS of Star Wars. It was very personal, you know, like the first person I called, I wasn't allowed to tell anybody, but I had to tell my dad. Like I called my dad immediately, and like I'm a fan.
The movie has had a lot of drama behind the scenes during its making after directing Dream Team Phil Lord and Christopher Miller left their roles over creative differences. Hollywood vet Ron Howard stepped in about 3/4 of the way through production, causing lots of reactions from the cast, including Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke.
Of course. Of course. There's you go, huh?
Yeah, Howard was able to successfully finish the film, although he was originally not so thrilled to take on the project in this way.
And I initially felt like, you know, it's not something I necessarily wanted to do. Don't want to take up that sort of challenge. I think Phil Lord and Chris Miller are supremely talented. They're great guys. They're respected in the community. But when I realized that it was one of those situations where creative differences had reared their head and there was going to be a change made, then I read the script, and frankly, I was so gratified and satisfied.
I just love him, and on behalf of all Star Wars fans, including me, thank you, Ron Howard, and thank you for letting us track along on your social media. All right, can't wait to see Solo, A Star Wars Story when it hits theaters. You can get out there on May 25th. Guys, actress and cooking show host Tiffani Thiessens is adding a new title to her already impressive roster. Cookbook author. There you go. The busy mother of two is gearing up for the October release of her first cookbook, Pull Up a Chair, exclusively sharing its cover with People. It's jam-packed with recipes featuring fresh, seasonal ingredients. So I had to ask Tiffani the tricks she uses to get her picky little ones to eat those veggies. Watch. My girls, the older they get, the more picky they're getting. And my wife's a dietitian. We've had vegetables on the table the whole time. They're getting more and more picky against them. Do you have tricks to get the veggies in there?
Grow them.
Yeah, so they can be a part of the process.
If you have a space on anywhere you can grow
on the windowsill in New York City apartment. But truly, no, you can do it.
I've seen it. I lived here for 7 years.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I will say, or just going to the farm with them and picking, that way. Sometimes getting them involved from the beginning and seeing something grow has really, because I have a picky daughter, but she's gotten so much better with it.
Love her, and Kelly Kapowski was my first crush, so there you go. Lola, more for us in Star Trek.
That's right. We're kicking out Star Trek with Jimmy Fallon, who asked Alex Rodriguez a question we all want the answer to. Watch.
Where is the ring? I mean, where is it? Are you thinking about it? Or something? I mean, you have to
I will say
be thinking about it now.
When it happens, Jimmy, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah. Alex Rodriguez appearing on The Tonight Show Thursday, where Jimmy Fallon cut straight to the chase and asked him about girlfriend Jennifer Lopez's new hit, El Anillo.
Now, the song is an anthem for ladies who are waiting for the men in their lives to propose, so Jimmy had to ask A-Rod straight up, where's the ring?
Yeah, clearly it looks like we'll have to wait for the big moment to come, but J-Rod seems pretty happy in the meantime. The couple, J-Rod.
J-Rod, that's what they call him. Okay. The couple just stepped out at their second Met Gala as a couple on Monday, and they've been going strong for over a year now after they were first confirmed as dating in March of 2017.
Yep, and the former baseball player revealed to Jimmy that J-Lo invited him to read the lyrics of that song before recording the hit, and he caught on quick. He said, quote, "Babe, it sounds like they're talking about us." And she goes, "Yeah, they made it for me." Uh-oh. So she's kind of, throwing it there to him a little bit.
Jeremy, was she dropping a hint of her own?
Maybe. A little bit.
But maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, she appeared on Fallon one day ahead of her beau, where she said there is no pressure for Alex to pop the question anytime soon. Let's just all calm down with the questions. Let them do their thing.
Yes, calm down, people. Let them do their thing. But we definitely want to see. I definitely want to see. So. Who could forget Rihanna's raunchy 2011 hit S&M?
I know I cannot forget it. And bad girl Riri was in New York City to launch her new lingerie line, Savage X Fenty, at a pop-up shop on Thursday. Revealed that she had some pieces in mind for a certain soon-to-be royal bride.
That she did. During an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Rihanna said that she would give Meghan Markle and Prince Harry an extreme present because, quote, both people benefit from the gift.
Oh,
wink,
okay,
wink.
I see. Now, Rihanna went on to say that for the royal wedding night, the prince and his bride should do whatever they want. She says that her collection has everything that they need. It just, quote, depends on how savage you want to be. There she goes. All right.
Savage. And speaking of taking things up a notch, Rihanna killed the Met Gala red carpet as usual, and she revealed the reason why she chose her statement-making Pope-inspired ensemble.
Yeah, in the same interview, she said, quote, I had another option that was a lot more simple. Some Margiela, did I get that right?
Margiela.
But I felt like it was an insult to the people who sat there and hand-beated that entire thing. It was so great, I couldn't deny it.
And we're so glad she didn't. She looked epic, and she revealed she got a workout in the process while rocking the heavy dress. Fashion and fitness, I like it, Jeremy.
That too.
I like it.
There you go.
And those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. We have more details behind why Farrah Fawcett's son allegedly robbed a convenience store. Plus, the big reason we shouldn't be all that surprised that Prince Harry is marrying an American. It's just 8 days away, guys. That is all coming up. All right, Mother's Day is Sunday. We have to celebrate the holiday the People Now way.
That's right. So we're comparing celebrity daughters to throwback pics of their famous moms, and you won't believe these uncanny resemblances.
Celebrity babies are growing up right in front of our eyes.
And in the process, some familiar faces are starting to take shape.
That's right. These cuties are blossoming into clones of their famous mamas.
Jennifer Lopez's daughter, Emmy, may already have a legitimate twin brother, Maximilian.
But she's also the spitting image of her mom, J-Lo, back in those Jenny from the Block days.
Just look at them side by side. Jen's on the left, but it's pretty hard to tell them apart.
Gwyneth Paltrow is a Hollywood stunner, but we all know where she really gets it from.
You know, they say if you really want to know what a woman's gonna look like when she gets older, you should look at her mother. Well, I'm a-looking.
I am too, and she looks great. It's no secret that Gwyneth Paltrow gets those movie star looks from her mom, actress Blythe Danner, and it looks like those genes have carried on to Gwen's daughter, Apple.
Yep, the 13-year-old on the right, looking every bit like young Gwen. I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
I like that. I like that. Speaking of which, Beyonce may dress little Blue Ivy up like her twin. Cue music.
Go best friend, and that's my bestie, my bestie, my best friend.
But they are long-lost twins in real life.
Yeah, you see what we mean there? Same pose and everything. You can hardly tell the difference. I'm gonna make it easy on you.
Okay.
Beyonce's on the left.
Ooh. And speaking of twins, mother and daughter duo Reese Witherspoon and Ava Philippi will surely make you think you're seeing double.
The 18-year-old is her famous mother's doppelganger, and if you didn't know she was Reese's daughter, you'd swear that they were sisters.
New mom Kylie Jenner is posting some adorable snaps of her newborn daughter Stormy to social media lately.
I love you. I love you.
But beyond all the cuteness, we already see the resemblance between Kylie's angel baby and baby Kylie.
Stormy definitely shares the same doe eyes and cute button nose mom Kylie had as a child.
No mother-daughter lookalike list would be complete without Cindy Crawford and her model daughter, Kaya Gerber.
Oh my goodness, not only has Kaya followed in her supermodel mom's footsteps, she has everything from her mom's signature poses to her famous catwalk down.
Now, what can you say? Like mother,
like daughter.
Side by sides there. Now, the Twitterverse is celebrating Eat What You Want Day. That's what we've been talking about. Here is what some people are saying. Take a look. Maybe. There it is. Leaving my car after hashtag Eat What You Want Day. This is one of my favorite videos in the world. Absolutely hilarious.
Hilarious.
All right.
We also have to talk about Twitter being in love with Michael Bolton's appearance yesterday. And he opened up about his signature long hair and online dating. So we wanted to share a little of the love he was getting on Twitter.
I think that hair is a national treasure, and so does Teresa, apparently. Long, short hair is a charismatic and seductive man. Either way, oh, she's a fan, no matter what.
Definitely a fan.
One more.
All right, and we'll check back in later. And now we're moving on to this.
Guys, we're taking a deeper dive into the troubled life of Redman ONeal, the 33-year-old son of the late Farrah Fawcett. We know that he inherited $4.5 million when Fawcett died in 2009. So why did he allegedly rob a convenience store?
All right, let's bring you up to speed. Redman, who is also the son of actor Ryan ONeal, was arrested earlier this week for allegedly robbing a convenience store at Knife Point in Los Angeles.
Yeah, according to a copy of her living trust obtained by People, Fawcett set up strict parameters for how the money could be spent. We're going to break it down for you.
That's right. Instead of inheriting the money outright, the $4.5 million was put into a trust overseen by her business manager and producer, Richard Francis.
That's right. The terms of the trust specify that the principal could only be used for matters relating to Redman's health care, but he could collect the interest.
Now, Andrew Mayoris, a probate attorney not involved in the case, explained back in 2009 that Francis can, quote, spend as much as he deems advisable for rehabilitation without paying anything directly to him for fear of it being spent on drugs, etc.
Wow.
You know, ONeal is known to have battled a drug addiction for years.
Yeah, Mayoris explained that ONeal is allowed to collect the interest generated by the fund, quote, at least 4 times a year and as often as monthly. Now, if this $4.5 million is conservatively invested to generate even a modest 5% return, this would mean almost $19,000 per month would be available for Redman without him ever spending any of the $4.5 million itself. That's the quote.
I mean, Jeremy, it's such a sad story. I just hope Redman gets the help that he needs.
Absolutely. We wish him the best during all of that. But now we move on to this.
All right, shifting gears. The Hallmark Channel's favorite Good Witch is celebrating its 4th season this spring and the 10th anniversary of the franchise.
Yeah, now viewers, meanwhile, are celebrating the fact that Sam finally proposed to Cassie. It didn't take them long enough. There was no speed involved in that relationship.
No speed at all. But you can catch new episodes of Good Witch every Sunday at 9, 8 Central on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, and when Good Witch star James Denton stopped by People Now, I wanted to ask him about his own proposal story, which happened over 16 years ago. It does not disappoint. Watch this.
I purposely didn't do anything big because the fear of it being hokey, because you never know, because some people think the Jumbotron's great.
Some
Some
people
women
don't.
would rather put a fork in their eye, right? So I thought, let's just go simple and romantic. It was her birthday, and I didn't do it till the very, very end of the night. And then I did get down on a knee in front of her and asked her. But the weird thing I did was, this is so me, I bought 2 rings. Because one was this really interesting antique dinner ring that was over 100 years old. I thought, well, what if she hates it?
That's it, right.
So I went to the Robbins Brothers and bought a brand new, shiny, really modern ring. And this is where I thought, okay, I blew it because I kind of hedged my bets. But she thought it was cool.
Did you present them both?
I did.
At the moment?
I asked her, and then I said, okay. When she said yes, that's okay. Now here's the thing. I got 2 rings.
And door number 1.
Yeah.
And door number 2. Where?
Pick a hand.
Actually, that's really great. Very cute. Who wouldn't say yes if there were 2 rings? I mean, the Good Witch cast also includes 18-year-old Bailee Madison, who plays Cassie's daughter. She's known for her roles in Bridge to Terabithia, The Fosters, and much more.
She also has a mega following on Instagram, and she's a year and 8 months into the most adorable relationship ever with her boyfriend, Alex Lange. #couple goals.
Yeah, if that's still a thing, we're doing it. Of course, we had to get behind the scenes and all the scoop from James about these 2 and see what they're really like off of social media.
Those 2, they just seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
When they met, she brought Alex to the set, and it's like the weirdest melding of 2 Instagram like monsters. They both had over 1 million whatever viewers, whatever followers, and so yeah, they have this thing that seem to get along so great, and they just like they're like that. Really, they're kind of silly in a good way, in that kind of cute way that kind of makes you it's a little gross, because they're like really kind of giddy to be together, and they're not very much because she's in Canada and I don't know where he lives.
Just like the
so
puppy love.
when he shows up, it is. So when he gets there, they're just so cute. You have to like an insulin shot.
I mean, let's do the list for honor.
I can only read 6. 6 is easy, right?
There you go. That was an exclusive scene from the new movie, The Honorless. Now, it tells the story of 3 former best friends who come together after the death of their 4th friend to complete the bucket list they made together freshman year. Now, in the movie, the characters played by Meghan Rienks and Karrueche Tran eat a huge pizza as a part of a competition and watch the sun rise on top of a mountain. It sounds great. Now, the movie is based off of the actual list that actress and producer Meghan Rienks made with her friend back in high school. Her co-star, Karrueche Tran, shares what is on her bucket list, and it is not for the faint of heart. Watch.
I want to visit Vietnam. I'm half Vietnamese.
Wow, okay.
I also want to learn the language. This is very terrifying to me, but I want to skydive one day.
Okay, yeah,
I have
that's
to do
good.
it once in my lifetime.
I think that's somewhere on everyone's, right? Like top or bottom, you gotta do that, right?
You just have to. And like just the thought of like, oh God, it just, oh God.
Even right now.
It doesn't fit your personality at all.
Oh, really?
Like, you're just gonna jump out of a plane.
You're not like an adrenaline junkie
Well,
type person.
I like roller coasters.
Okay, okay.
But a roller coaster is much different from skydiving.
Yes. Yeah, roller coasters a little different from skydiving, definitely. So we know what is on Meghan's bucket list, but she shared with me a little challenge that she was presented on set. Listen to this one.
I had to wear a pee rig, which was the funniest thing ever. And take in mind, I'm like, none of the other girls are in that scene, so it's just me and the crew. And so everyone's just laughing because I have to have this like metal, like garter belt thing essentially, and then I'm like strapped to like what looks like an oxygen tank, but it's
Water.
like dyed water
Oh my
to look like
gosh.
pee.
So it literally
And
pumps it through.
It was so funny because also we had an entire guy who like that was his job was to like do this. And so he showed me pictures of his wife wearing it too, because like she had to try it on because he had to make sure.
The pee rig?
I mean, maybe, potentially. He said he's done like other weird gag things like that, but the first time we did it, they didn't really know how much pee it would take to really read on camera. And so I'm standing there on the bed and it is like to my ankles and I'm trying so hard to stay in character, being like, guys, we gotta stop. There's no way she peed this much. Like,
Yeah, no,
I've been
a human
peeing for,
being does not
like,
pee this much.
3 minutes, like, oh my God. And I was like, the whole bed was soaked. It literally was. Like, I was standing in just like 5 inches of it.
We're just about 1 week away from the event of the year, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's royal wedding.
Woo! Can't wait. We can't get enough of their unlikely love story. Plus, who doesn't love the fact that an American gets the rare chance to join the royal fam?
But apparently we shouldn't be too surprised that Prince Harry fell for an American girl. Watch.
Interest in her
and her family and her friends, you know, exploded overnight. It gave certain areas of the press the ability to put out headlines like The Prince and the Showgirl.
It seemed so unimaginable that Prince Harry would be dating an American actress. The whole thing, it just didn't compute.
I think the media were concentrating on this country. It hadn't occurred to them that Harry might be seeing somebody abroad.
Perhaps we shouldn't have been too surprised. Back in the 1880s, when one of Harry's ancestors was looking for a bride, he too turned to America.
Harry actually has an American great-great-grandmother, and so there is already American blood in the royal family.
Frances Work is the daughter of a millionaire New York stockbroker and the great-grandmother of Lady Diana Spencer.
Frances Work was handsome. She was famous for having the most wonderful décolletage of her era. She really wasn't interested in convention. She would go unchaperoned to restaurants, wouldn't wear a hat. She was a rebel.
All right, sounds a little like Meghan in a way. Unconventional, independent, changing all the style rules for royals. Interesting stuff.
Absolutely. And for more about Meghan's journey to join the royal family and even more surprises from its rich history, watch $1 Million American Princesses Meghan Markle when it premieres on Sunday, May 13th at 9 p.m. on the Smithsonian Channel.
Can't wait for that. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We will leave you with this gift for Eat What You Want Day. Get out there, eat the carbs, the whole thing. Enjoy, and have a good weekend.